Hey, what's up guys, Mashin here, come back with a brand new video for you guys. Today we're going to be talking about everything for the Rio sale and giving an investment point of view on it. Now the first thing we're going to be talking about is what's been removed, and that's obviously those Rio storage units. We saw two brand new storage units, one had just the paper stickers, one had the glitter stickers, and this was kind of meant for those European countries where you cannot explicitly buy the capsules because it's gambling. At least in my opinion, that was the point of view I got on that. It's just a little interesting that we've seen them removed here. I think that's good overall for the game because I didn't want to see these hit with a sale because that would just tank the rest of the market prices, but it's just overall interesting, and I can assume we're going to see these back for Paris. And we'll talk about the rest after we hear a quick word from our sponsor, Market CSGO. The sponsor for today's video is Market CSGO. Now Market CSGO is one of the fastest and most safe ways to buy or sell CSGO skins. They've even got their own client, which makes sure that if you're sending out a trade, it's going to the correct person and you have zero chance of getting scammed. Listing an item to sell is super easy, and once it sells, that money goes straight into your account after you send that trade and it's accepted. And you can withdraw it with all of these different withdrawal options. And if you're looking to deposit, they've got tons of options to do that as well. Plus on the marketplace, they've got over 90,000 sales per day, 235 million total sales in a lifetime, and with a completely redesigned site, so many new filters, and easier to use than ever, just a couple weeks away. What are you waiting for? Use the top link in the description and check out Market CSGO. Now the second thing obviously we gotta hit on here is going to be the actual sticker capsules themselves. We got the three main sticker capsules here. Now these are a little bit interesting because honestly I don't know how the investing demand is going to go, but I've seen a significant amount of people talking about why these are going to be a good investment. I've seen so many people in my comments specifically thinking that these are going to be a good investment because everyone is hating them so far, and therefore it's going to be a very profitable investment, and I'm not necessarily disagreeing with that. That is a very realistic possibility that is usually quite overlooked. The problem here is I'm looking at the demand after this major finishes. The thing is, you can have a really undersupplied capsule. Look at the London 2018 autograph capsules. Those are very undersupplied, but the thing is there is almost no demand for them at this point, that really no one is unboxing them, and the price ends up being relatively stagnant. The main reason I'm hesitant is because after this actual major falls off and we go a couple months out and this major is kind of in the rearview mirror, as with Antwerp or Stockholm is right now, I don't see people preferring the Rio stickers over Antwerp specifically, which is its biggest rival. Antwerp is obviously very supplied, as we know, which is going to be a very hard thing for Rio because Antwerp is going to be able to compete much easier. You can get these top tier looking stickers, even though they're not the greatest, they look significantly better than what you're going to be getting with Rio, and therefore I think so many people are going to opt for Antwerp, and I think there's going to be such a small amount of people that actually even want to use Rio, let alone prefer it. I think the best example to give here is to look at Berlin 2019. A lot of things from Berlin 2019 were very expensive only for the fact that people were very hyped about it, and you can see now with the prices of Berlin 2019 that the prices have fallen off so significantly and no one is interested at all. I think it's something that is very possible to happen again here with Rio. And speaking of Berlin 2019, we're mainly looking at the autograph capsules there. As for the Rio autograph capsules here, now the autograph capsules, all four of them, I think are in a very similar situation. The biggest thing that could become a slight difference is if we see some of these teams that qualified here not qualify in the future, maybe like a Gamer Legion thing where they're just like a one-off major team. I don't really see that happening though. I think it's very likely that we're going to see almost all of these autographs in the past or previous, and I think it's going to be very possible that we don't really have anything unique for the major here in Rio autograph wise, and therefore I just kind of come back to the conclusion that I don't really see a large possibility with many of these autographs taking off unless there is something kind of special about them, which in my opinion I really haven't seen too much. With all that being said though, that's just straight up my opinion on the whole thing. I'm probably gonna pick up maybe 20 to 40 of each of these capsules because I do think that it's not a terrible idea to diversify, and honestly it's a super low risk investment if I'm only pouring a collective $50 into it. In my opinion, I think they're very unlikely to lose more than 7 cents a piece, in which case I'd be able to get over half my money back if this investment somehow goes terribly wrong. It's not something I suggest you do. I obviously suggest you make your own own opinion and form your own collective conclusion, but I think there's definitely some potential profit here, but I'm not going to be going all in or even putting a significant amount away like I did for Stockholm or Antwerp. The thing is, that opinion is definitely going to change. I haven't bought anything yet, and I don't plan to buy anything for a strong while because we've got so much time where this sale is going to be on. Most likely this sale is going to last for quite a while if we want to look at the precedent that has been set by Valve for super long sales. There is a small possibility it's a very short sale, but honestly I don't really think that's super likely at this point in the entire game. Other than that, we've got two main investing options you could still go with if you're not looking for those capsules. The first one is going to be the overall Rio Pass. Now the Rio Pass, in my opinion, is not a very popular investment, but the thing is, it's way more popular than it is demanded. If we want to look at the Riptide Pass, which honestly, in my opinion, is a very similar pass, you can see here that it is just not in a good situation. The pass is below the price you bought it for beforehand, and honestly, I don't really see a lot of demand for these passes once the actual major ends if there's nothing actually spectacular about it. If we want to look at the Antwerp passes, at best you're going to be getting about your money back at this point, and honestly it might look a little profitable with that 3 souvenir tokens, but that's the starting price and they're not selling for that price. So I think there's definitely a lot of concern with this investment for me personally, because I don't think you're going to be getting a good ROI, at least at this point. There's way too many people picking up the pass for an investment compared to the amount of people that are actually using them and taking them out of circulation. The last, and what's probably the most important thing in my opinion, is going to be those souvenir packages. Now souvenir packages are in a really interesting position because we've seen the Dust 2 package removed, or it's going to be the Dust 2 map is removed, and we're not going to see the Dust 2 package for the upcoming majors, most likely at least 2 majors as I mentioned in a previous video. But the thing is, we really did not see Dust 2 played much. If we want to exclude the challenger stage, including the group stage and the finals champion stage, we only saw Dust 2 played twice, which is extremely low and could potentially lead to why the map was actually removed. But the thing is, it's very interesting here, and honestly I think there is some reason to pick up some of these packages. If we want to look at the Stockholm and Antwerp prices, those prices are extremely expensive, and I do think there is the potential maybe one day for all 3 of these prices to kind of even out. Obviously Antwerp and Stockholm most likely are going to be a little bit more than Rio, because Rio is going to be extremely oversupplied because people now know Dust 2 is getting removed and such. But honestly at this point I've picked up a couple of these Dust 2 packages, not necessarily for the investment purpose, but for the purpose that these are so in demand right now that you can actually get a really good price on third-party websites. You can get close to the $3 you paid for it on those third-party websites because they're so in demand, and honestly not everyone is able to get them for a super cheap price. If you've got a no tax area, you can buy them for $2.99 straight up, and you can go ahead and sell them for maybe $2.70, which is an extremely amazing cash out rate. Overall, I don't want to lead you to one investment or another. These are just my personal thoughts on pretty much everything for Rio. Obviously make sure you're making your own thoughts and don't specifically just take someone's advice into investing into something specifically because they want you to or I want you to. But as always guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.